more this time. This time it's Jordan's turn to have a twitch going into Church Corner. But that will now hurt his exit speed, and yeah, he just can't really get close enough to have a proper go at Jeff here, can he? We've got the 1-3-3 into the pit lane, so that is Les Stanton pulling into retire. That's a shame, so near to the end of the race, but he's run into some sort of mechanical issues as well. Another of the Mini Libra class drivers. Up through Rocket heads the leading group, though. Half a second was in it at the start of the lap. They lapped Joe Polly, who understandably, I suspect, gets well out of Jeff Smith's way heading towards Peel Corner. Also, in fairness, doesn't impede Andrew Jordan either. And that gap in the second half of the lap, as often has been the case, is creeping down. This will all come down, Ian, I think, to Andrew Jordan's run through the banking and Church Corner on this, the final lap.
Yeah, he needs a good run, doesn't he? But as you say, it looks a little bit closer as they come through the corkscrew this time. They've got the Phil Harvey car that they might catch before the end of the lap. Let's see if they do. Gap was 0.52. It's gone out to 0.66 seconds this time. So it's now all down, as Andy says, to the run of Andrew Jordan through these couple of corners, really. Through target, now the banking. Is he any closer this time? No, the gap seems similar. He does carry more speed into the corner, as Andy was saying on the previous lap. But seemingly, it costs him on the way out. I think he's lost car lengths there to number 46, Jeff Smith.
He took a wider line that time, which I thought might have worked. But yeah, the exit speed still wasn't really there, was it? They're both a bit wide through Church, searching for the grip. And now Andrew Jordan will try to get any hint of a slipstream that he can up the hill, but he's just not really going to be close enough, at least into Rocket. But we know Jordan's good throughout this more technical, low-speed second half of the lap. And if there's a mistake anywhere for Jeff Smith, then Jordan will do his very best to capitalise. They round the right-hand element of the Rocket S's, if you like, for the final time. Jeff Smith flashing the lights at a back marker ahead, which does its best to stay out of the way. That was the 113 car of Philip Harvey, who does now go well off the racing line. But Jeff Smith, barring a mistake, I don't see him throwing this one away.
No, down towards the corkscrew for the final time they come. Jeff Smith with those headlamps on, goes left, he goes right, sweeps his way now into the final corner, and it's going to be Jeff Smith that extends his lead in the Dunlop Mini Melia Challenge. Here he takes the checkered flag. It's another victory. It's his third of the season in the Melias. Andrew Jordan takes second place. Aaron Smith, a relatively distant third in the end. Rupert Death fourth. A good recovery drive from him, but couldn't sustain the pace that he had in the first half of the race. And it should be Kay Laston that does come across the line now in fifth place. Here's our leader in the Libra class, though.
Yeah, and a brilliant drive this has been from Julian Proctor then. He is 4.6 seconds clear at the moment of Hugh Turner in second place. And Hugh, in fairness, still 5.5 seconds ahead of Evans, isn't he? So Josh Evans hasn't really been able to overcome that spin that he had, what, 2/3 of the way through the race maybe up at the banking, which cost him the race lead and ultimately looks to have cost him the race victory. But Julian Proctor in the right position to capitalise on that. He led early on, lost the lead briefly to Josh Evans, but then was only too happy to reclaim it again after the Evans spin. And he brings the 595 car now through the final few corners and head for the checkered flag.
Yeah, up to the line he's going to come then, and it's going to be a victory for Julian Proctor, his first of the season in the Mini Libra class. There's Hugh Turner, a second place for him again. He did it in sort of dramatic last lap form yesterday, but a bit more comfortable this time. Then Josh Evans, he'll be disappointed after a moment, cost him a chance of victory in the Mini Libra class. He crosses the line in third position. I think he's the last driver to make it to the checkered flag. We did lose a few in that race. Colin Peacock, Les Stanton, Tony LeMay in the earlier stage as well. We missed him, I think, coming into the pits as well. But 18 finishes we had of the 21 cars that started that Dunlop Mini Melia Challenge race. A very entertaining race it was too. Let's take a look at the results then. Jeff Smith, 15 laps completed by him, 0.839 seconds ahead of Andrew Jordan, so 46 from 77. Aaron Smith, third place for him in number 1. Rupert Death, number 23, was fourth. Kay Laston didn't really give a show of his best at that race, fifth to number 11. Sixth to number 37, James Cuthbertson. Then Ryan Taylor, Jay Lee, Damien Harrington and Mark Simmons rounded out the top 10. And it was Sean King and Phil Brown before we got to our Libra class winner. That was Julian Proctor in the 595 car. He finished ahead of Hugh Turner. And then on the next page, Josh Evans in third, Phil Harvey in fourth position. And Peter Hills, so successful so far this season, He had some problems, I think, with his car today. And Jeff Smith, well, he was driving like a man with a helicopter to catch, wasn't he? So we will hear from him. Hopefully he'll have time to talk to Kieran Mogg down in the Parc Fermé area in just a moment. But he's heading off to Silverstone. I think there's a race meeting there as well this weekend, I believe. Let's head down to Kieran now and see who he's got to talk to in Parc Fermé.
The minis never, ever, ever fail to deliver, do they? And we are with our winner here, Jeff Smith. Well, Jeff has actually just run over there. Let me just go and grab him. I've had enough with drivers running away from me today, and this weekend in general, actually. But if we can just step in with Jeff once he's done whatever he's doing, and we can have a quick word with him. Certainly was an interesting race, and he didn't have... it wasn't a shortage of competition at all. Let's jump in here a second.
Hi. Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations. That was one heck of a race.
It was pretty busy, and then there was oil down from probably about halfway through as well, sort of over half the circuit, so it was like picking your way through that and the wet. But yeah, all good.
Couple of interesting moments as well. Was it tough to fend off the guys behind?
Yeah, initially it was like, where's the grip, where isn't the grip? You try a few different lines and you realise that's perhaps not quite as quick as they are behind you, so you just have to keep modifying it as you go. But yeah, we pulled a gap, and then AJ and Aaron were fighting. Eventually Andy got by, and that was it. So just keep it on the track and we're good.
Was the racing line constantly changing, sometimes out, sometimes in?
It's a job to say, really, because it's a very grippy circuit, and there's not been a huge amount of actual slick racing going on it. So it's one of those where if you had another 4 sessions, you know exactly where to go every single lap. But yeah, no, it was good.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Anyway, we'll speak with our second place man. That was. Oh, this is third place, Aaron Smith. That was one heck of a race.
Oh, wasn't it just? You know, it was just like we were saying. It was going to be slippy out there to the entire race, and it was just about keeping it on the circuit. So